I want to do really quickly a couple of just opening weekend overreactions with you, Drew. So
Okay.
overreaction number one, and you're gonna tell me, is it an overreaction or is it not an overreaction, right?
All
Like
right.
like what ESPN might do. So we got first overreaction, Drew.
We are ESPN, so
Luis Urias will not make it with the Mariners past June 1st.
what an overreaction by like I don't know if you're making these or is this just
No,
like
these are off of Twitter. These are off of Twitter. I'm not overreacting at all.
well, I know
I
you're not a
never overreact.
you're not an Urias fan. I would not be surprised if this thumbnail had Urias with a pumpkin on, pumpkin heads. Throwback to Geno Smith being a
Uh,
pumpkin. No, that's it's such an overreaction. I mean, Urias didn't even play today. Yesterday, he hit the ball really hard a couple of times, and he's an okay third baseman. And from what I've seen from Urias, has been about what I've expected. I thought he's gone unlucky a couple of times. I think he'll be on this team this whole year, and I think Rojas will probably take the starting job. But I think they're going to go back and forth, 60% Rojas, 40% Urias, pretty much the whole year. I'm not on the bringing guys from AAA for third base train like you're on. So I
all
think it's
right.
an overreaction.
Overreaction, Drew. Overreaction number two. Samad Taylor will be called up to replace Dominic Canzone within the month.
Okay, so
Samad
again,
Taylor, who homered today in
it's
AAA.
another overreaction. But if you didn't put the stipulation of over a month, then I would probably say that's appropriate. I don't think Canzone is looking good at all. And Samad Taylor, this is a guy that's already played in the big leagues. Like this would not be crazy at all. I could see potentially Canzone and him staying on the roster somehow if you figure something out there. Not exactly sure how you would do that, but yeah, no, I would say this month overreaction. In the future, to be determined, but I'd probably lean appropriate.
All right. Overreaction number three. We got two more. Overreaction number three. Mitch Garver. He's currently averaging one game played out of four. Will he play more than 50 games this year?
So I guess so. What's the take?
I
He'll play
guess
less
the
than 50.
overreaction is that he will not.
Okay, so it's an overreaction again. So I guess I'm a really stagnant fan. Don't overreact at all over here. No, I predicted him to play 99 games in my Mitch Garver player preview, and I'm still there. 99 is about where I think he'll be at. Look, he's not going to play every game, but back spasms are not like some season-ending shoulder injury either. So yeah, I mean, unfortunate, sure. Should he be back in the lineup tomorrow? Probably. But is it Mitch Garver? Yes.
If
So
he's
who
not
really
back in the
knows?
lineup by tomorrow, I'm gonna start to have some questions.
Like, is it just back spasms or
Right, right. Like
like,
I'm willing to buy that. Okay, like 3 days of back spasm, sure, but once it gets like day four or
yeah,
five, then it's like, okay, what are they not telling us? Like,
I'm with you. Like, I'm willing to buy. Okay, he woke up one day back spasms, next day is not feeling well, and then it's an early game on Sunday, and
right.
just trying to take it off. But then it's like you have a whole afternoon Sunday and tomorrow, and then still it's yeah. I'm with you.
All right, final overreaction. I'm interested to see what you have of this one. The 2024 Seattle Mariners will strike out more than the 2023 Seattle Mariners over the full season.
Oh wow, a lot closer than I would have thought 5 days ago. I'm
Mm,
still gonna go with overreaction. I think
okay.
all these takes so far are overreactions. Our lineup did get a little less striker dependent. We got rid of Kelenic. We got rid of Suarez, who struck out what the most in the league. I think that
Yeah,
was the
Suarez, I believe, led the league last year. So
say Oscar Hernandez was up there. I think like top 10. Like he was up there. But yeah, no, we replaced those guys with guys that still strike out, which is kind of a catch 22. Like, Haniger will still have his fair strikeouts, his fair share of strikeouts. So will Polanco and
in
you
zone.
know, yeah, Canzone will continue to have his strikeouts, but no, I think that's an overreaction for right now. This is somewhat of a fluke. I think over the first four games, the level we're striking out at, I think we're still going to probably be in the top 10 teams with strikeouts. And I think that's probably more so just like a Mariner ideology, also, where it's kind of like, I don't know what's going on in the Pacific Northwest, but it seems like the mindset is kind of swing a little too hard for my liking,
Yeah.
and I think we're gonna still strike out a lot, not as much as last year.
All right, and what's funny, Drew, is I agree with all of your. I agree here with all four. I think
Wow.
those are all overreactions.
You're so
I would
level-headed.
say I would say the closest, the honestly, the closest one that I'm at to saying is not an overreaction is the Mitch Garver, just because
Really?
the
I
track
thought you would say
record,
Samad Taylor.
the track record that that guy has had has been so unlucky that I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he only plays 30 games for us this year. Um, as well as our track record with backup catchers, like every single season, Tom Murphy got hurt for us. Like it feels like we always have our backup catchers getting hurt. So I don't know if it's the thing with the Mariners and with him, but I still right now like it's an overreaction. And that's the thing. Like the first weekend, it's hard to really draw a conclusion from opening weekend. Weird things happen opening weekend. Like the Red Sox are not a good pitching staff, and we made them look like aces. My guess is that our offense will get better and their pitching staff will not end up being this good. And we're gonna all forget that this series happened by May, but it's this game was still not very fun to watch.
Yeah, it's impossible to draw conclusions from opening day, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
I agree with you. Um, my last thing, Levi, the Samad Taylor, I would say I would think that that would be the one that you would think is not an overreaction. But no, you think Ken Zone is gonna live some life on this roster at least through this
I
month?
don't know, man. It's hard to. So Canzone does have minor league options, I think. So if we did want to send him down, we could do that. But I think part of it also is, I mean, they want to justify like, look, we traded Paul Sewald for a reason. They're gonna give him a chance. Like they're not just gonna give up on Canzone because then you're admitting like, yeah, we traded Sewald and one of the players we got back turns out to be a bum. Like, no, they don't want him to be a bum or else that looks bad as far as the trade. So I don't think
Yeah,
I think Canzone because of that he has a longer leash. Whereas like somebody who like Luis Urias, I don't think Urias has that long of a leash because for him it's like we traded a random reliever who nobody really even knew, so they can get rid of Urias and no one's gonna bat an eye. But if they DFA Canzone after a month, it's like wow, you really you like that. That's when questions. So I think he has a longer leash.
yeah. How about the whole year?
I mean the whole year, who knows? It's hard to
Okay.
know. Well, hey, I'll tell you what. If the Mariners offense keeps struggling like this, I got a guy who's available for you who we could sign off the streets for dirt cheap.
Tell me. Shoot it.
Mike Ford.
Hey, not a bad take.
Mike Ford didn't make the Reds roster, so he's a free agent.
Put him on the Rainiers for a little bit, and then he'll hit 400, and we'll probably have to call him up at some point.
Right.
So,
All right. You got
but
anything
yeah,
else, Drew?
no, yeah, we've kind of strayed away from the whole post game thing,
Yeah.
just talking M's. But if you guys like this, let us know down below in the comments. I mean, Levi like talking regardless. So, if you want to listen, that's great. If you don't, stay anyways. Thanks.
Yeah.
And leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Really does help us out. Appreciate some of the, not huge numbers tomorrow's post game, but 60 or so views. So it's good to see some people at least watching, and really from the bottom of my heart, and I'm sure Levi's too. It does mean a lot. I mean, we've been on this grind for like actually years now. And to be fair, we've been off and on, and we were like 14 when we started. So there's only so much we can really do, but I really, at least for me, I'll speak for myself. It really does mean a lot. So just thank you guys. We're going to continue grinding, and hopefully you guys stay and watch the journey as it unfolds and kind of follow us as we follow the Mariners. Yeah, it means a lot. So please give us a like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, that's about it for me.
Yeah, I would echo those points. And as always, guys, go Mariners and back at them tomorrow. Hopefully we can get on the right track offensively. So we'll see you guys
Yep.
in tomorrow's video and have a happy Easter, everybody.
See you guys.